Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today we'll take a look on another game from the Scouring, and this time it will be a little bit more interesting because we have pretty unique format. It's a 6-player map and we are playing 1v2v2v1. So 2 teams of 2 players and then 2 more players playing solo. This game I played on a stream of one of the Czech streamers here. His name is Rob, so he's playing here with Mivo. Then we have another team of Misa and Des, and then I played solo because I already have some experience. They were just starting with the game, so just to make it a little bit more balanced. Unfortunately for this blue player, he also had to play solo if we wanted to have full lobby, obviously. So yeah, I'm playing as humans, as red color, and we spawned in the top corner. So let's just start it, let's see how it goes. Basically, if you are in these scenarios where you have multiple enemies against yourself, you are playing alone, you have really some form of disadvantage in form of the amount of players you can rely on. The first thing you want to do is try to gain some advantage. So either you want to expand, gain some map control, maybe even take the middle, something like that. Create strong defensive position, good scouting, cover decent part of the map so you can farm skeletons during the night. Yeah, these kinds of stuff you want to just really get something that will put you ahead from the other players. Another thing you can try to do is to just kill someone, then take his bases. Also by killing him we will farm some experience and resources. That is not that easy because you never know where the enemy will be, and if you find one of the enemies who actually has an ally, then you might just basically lurk 2 enemies at once on you, and that might just lose you the game. So you have to be very careful. Fortunately for me, this is the closest enemy to me, so obviously I will go scout him first, and this is the player that is playing alone, so I can really easily just 1v1 him, kill him, and then easily take his bases and gain a huge advantage. So that is what we are going to do here. I'm doing my basic opener, so 2 farms, sawmill and barracks, and we are immediately going for archers. First we will of course clear this so we can take expansion later. Also if the push fails, maybe I want to take an expansion. Yeah, definitely really worth it. Also level up your archers, you gather some extra resources. He could have really strong defense. I don't know who is here, so maybe I won't even push here. I don't have the information, so it's always worth it to at least kill 1 camp before you start harassing someone, unless you like want to go pure rush, but I wouldn't really recommend that. So we keep producing archers and peasants, utilizing both of our buildings. Here trying some simple micromanagement, taking 0 damage until we have 3 archers. Now we will start clearing it a little bit more aggressively. We can see that here we have the purple player who plays in team with the white player. He's building really in the front, so his barracks are getting a little bit harassed by these wolves who are right here with their wolves den. But he will probably take the wolves out soon with his swordsman. Also he's getting sawmill now. Here's another enemy. Already has barracks, going for logging camp. Not the best position, he could utilize it here for wood, but at least he'll unlock archers pretty early. Then there is the orange player struggling a little bit with food. Also decided to go for early guard tower, that's quite interesting. I basically never build towers, you can definitely do that, but I just rather spend resources on extra barracks for faster production. But if you need a tower somewhere, especially in narrow places where you for example can't fit barracks, then maybe tower might be good, or if you don't have too many resources and you just need there something really quickly. And then we have the last player here, also struggling a little bit with food. They both are in the same team, so actually probably the best position. Yeah, they are pretty close to each other there. Here I'm already harassing the blue player, who is not struggling with anything, but he doesn't have too many units. If we check the resources, yes, over or 900 gold exactly. So definitely should be spending that a little bit more effectively. Also doesn't have any wood, seems like he's not even gathering it. I actually probably just force him away from here. He was most likely gathering some wood. So now we just kite a little bit. We already have some levels on the archers thanks to the camp we destroyed, and we just one-shot his units 1 by 1, and this is basically GG. He would need to accumulate like at least 3 archers here in the back, then maybe step on the barracks, but even then I could still produce more units. I have the levels. Even the high ground wouldn't really help him, and I could still just squeeze through here in the background of his base and shoot his peasants there without him having the range from the barracks to actually kill my archers. So this player is basically dead. We managed to do that basically when the night starts. At the same time during the push we managed to set up an expansion. So this is what I'm talking about. Now he surrendered. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying that you need to gain some form of advantage. Yeah, now I'm the first one to have expansion, and at the same time I managed to kill a player. Obviously if he was a good player he would have a good defense. It wouldn't be this simple. But I could still harass him a little bit, create some pressure, get some resources and experience from that, and still at the same time set up the base. Or if he was really strong and I wanted to really push him anyways, I would just not set up the base and just create even stronger push, maybe second barracks first, or even cannons immediately, with smithy, yeah, just something. But since he wasn't that strong, I could just easily clear it like this and get the expansion at the same time. Now we just need to make sure we don't lose any peasants to these skeletons, so we will have first archer here, then we do some slight micromanagement, pull the low HP peasants away, wait for my army to arrive, then we clear the skeletons and we can start thinking about our next moves. Other players still sitting at home. We can see some first attempts of clearing this base, but he's struggling a lot there, even losing some peasants. This guy will probably clear the walls here, so nice, he will get some decent levels, also has potions there. Definitely looking really good, even leveled up archers already, and going for upgrade on clan halls, so this player definitely also managed to do many things already. This guy cleared the wolves obviously, thanks to this really interesting position of barracks, but it's actually good if you want to clear the walls with that. Unfortunately he doesn't have any defense here now, so if I actually manage to clear this and push him with some archers, I could easily harass his villagers. But that's not my strategy. Instead I decided to go for the base here. When someone leaves, their buildings will start rotting like this, they will slowly start losing HP. Also the skeletons are destroying them during the night maybe, but mainly they just start dissolving, so you need to wait a little bit before you can build there, or you need to bring some swordsmen to destroy it. But for now I just brought my peasants here already, so we can prepare for that. Not the best position, I might even lose one here, but mainly we just need to set up some peasants. I think I will even bring 2 more, and once this is destroyed I will immediately place down my third base, because this player is already setting up a second base, but I also know that everyone is on one base, and that means that obviously I'm expecting them now when the second day starts to start placing some bases. So if I want to maintain my advantage and also utilize the fact that I killed this player this early, I need to definitely take his bases, at least this one for now, later even his expansion as well. Unfortunately this position wasn't too good to going for middle. If I was for example on this position of the white player, I would definitely take this also probably from every position that is down here. Just these 2 positions on the top are really not that good for taking the middle. This one also not ideal, but it's definitely possible to do it there. From here it's just really awkward, so I don't really like to do that. Maybe he would already scout me there. Yeah, the white player is definitely playing quite actively. We are struggling with food a lot now because I was spamming some extra archers for defense. I want to have 2 armies of archers to protect both of my bases, or like 3, but this is like one big together once we connect it. Yeah, they are basically communicating between themselves in check that they should take this base. We'll be probably going for that now, but I'm already setting up my third base. Now he finished his second base, the orange player, but before he even sets up some decent amount of workers here, I will already have this finished with 5 workers here, and we will have definitely better income, plus I have 1 extra base, so doing really good. I'm still leaving the defense here. Yeah, he definitely has upgraded his bastion, so I mean the white player, so we can go for Mancher Cave here, yeah. Definitely can't make stables yet. Now I finally started making the 4th upgrade. This player already has a 4th upgrade actually, so this guy, basically everyone already actually has had upgraded their main buildings. I'm the last one to do that. And to be honest, I don't even usually do it this early. This was quite early for me. I know that you can do it during the first night, but I don't think it's really worth it most of the time, especially when I'm making so many bases. I definitely can't afford it. But everyone else definitely a really good job in this thing. Yeah, so it seems like these 2 guys are pushing together on the white player. We'll see if the purple ally of the white player will come to help him, but doesn't seem like that. These 2 players went for expansions and at the same time they are pushing, so They definitely seem like they are in a better position. You guys didn't even clear their expansions yet. They don't have any map control. The Viper took the outpost, but outside of that, they really don't have anything. And now he will just probably die. Yeah, he will lose his whole economy. And yeah, the purple pair is coming only with swordsmen anyways, so I don't think it will really do much. Here I was just writing something. Yeah, in the communication doesn't really matter. But yeah, now we are finally setting up the stables, so that will be probably the first advanced units. They are making smithy, so even though they made the upgraded the main buildings really early, none of them actually made the stables or Muncher Cave except the white player who is now dead, so we don't really have to worry about it, that they made it so early. My strategy was to go for knights. I knew that if there will be multiple enemies attacking me from multiple sides, then cannons might not be as effective. Obviously, I'll probably add few of them later, because it will be needed to breach through some defenses, but overall I just wanted to make mass knights as soon as possible. So we are immediately going for smithy and stables at the same time, because we need both of those buildings to upgrade to castle, and then we go for castle and church to the cure upgrade, so we can start healing with the knights as well. We are still producing peasants in all of our bases, so increase our economy as much as possible. We are clearing some extra walls with our archers. Also, these walls were not there anymore. I wanted to kill them with these archers, but I don't think the purple player killed them, so maybe they just died during the night, running on me. Purple player finally decided to also clear his expansion. White player is trying to somehow recover, but he's already dead. Which I didn't even know. Yeah, I thought that all the players are pretty healthy, multiple bases playing there, some 2v2. But fortunately it's not actually the case, or unfortunately I don't even really know if if both teams were actually in full strength. They could still fight more. Now it's just that these two guys will get stronger and stronger, while there will be probably no counter pressure from this team. But I definitely had a little bit of luck in terms of positioning, because if I spawned between the two teams of two players instead of right next to the position of the player who was solo, then it would be pretty much, I wouldn't say impossible, but it would be much harder. Especially if it was, for example, here. If it was down there, I could still take the middle, but if it was somewhere else, it would be really hard. Now the purple player actually decided to run into my base. He's solo basically now, and there are two enemies down there, and he's still attacking me, who is also solo, so probably not the best move, but he also probably knew that I have the most experience in this game, so he just wanted to harass me a little bit, but I have such a strong economy that this is not that big of a problem. I have some extra food as well, so even this won't really slow me down. Also lots of wood, so we just bring some units here, clear it. We don't necessarily have to show him the knights, we can just keep them in the back, even move them a little bit further away, just to make sure he doesn't scout them if we will need to fight him. As I said, I didn't know that his ally is already dead, so for me, both teams were the same danger, so I needed to be prepared for everything. We already set up our fourth base. We are going for another barracks here, first of all trying to secure as many defensive positions, so we can put archers up there or even cannons for defense, and also we are trying to create the best infrastructure for the fastest possible production. Immediately going for the church when we finish the castle, also quickly retaking all the farms, so we have enough food, even making some new ones, redistributing our peasants. We could maybe take a few of them from here to this base now when we lost something and needed to use them to rebuild the farms. But at the same time now this player is attacking me from this side, so now this is the third player in total that we encountered. I fought with the blue player, then the purple player, now the teal player. Maybe they're retreating. I don't have the most units here yet. We set the knights somewhere as well, but only 3 for now. The heal is not finished yet, so he just cleared this. Archers cannot attack buildings, he didn't want to continue, which was smart. But yeah, night is coming, and unless you are playing against like real pros, then when night comes you can be pretty much certain that no one will be attacking you. Especially beginners are usually extremely scared of the knights, so once that comes you can be pretty sure that you are kinda safe in terms of attacks. Sometimes someone will still try to siege you with cannons, but straight up unit attack usually won't happen. But you still need to deal with the skeletons, obviously. So another setup, another barracks. I saw the attack before from this side, where the archers just squeezed through here onto my peasants. So I want to set up another defense because it was too far in the back. So one more barracks, once again also stronger infrastructure, and then we just either move these archers here or just create new ones. You can also put them on the castle, so this defense here should be definitely strong enough. Here we'll probably also want to set up second barracks soon as well. This is covering this. On this side I don't have anything, so we probably also worth it, but I maybe wasn't even able to fit the barracks in there. Not exactly sure right now what was the situation. Orange player finishing the white player, so getting some extra resources from that, even stealing the skeletons. Player still trying to somehow survive here. But I'm actually not sure if you lose all of your buildings or units. I think it's buildings, but I'm not 100% sure. Orange player immediately taking the base, pretty nice move. Unfortunately for them, no one really took the middle yet, so now I have 4 bases. This team has 4 bases together as a team, and this guy has only 2. So potentially these 2 guys have the same income as me, but overall I think I should have maybe even stronger economy. I'm really focused on the amounts of peasants I'm using. Here you can see he's even getting harassed by skeletons. He is starving, so this is definitely not effective gathering. I think we have still the strongest economy. Actually, yeah, the white player is actually alive because he still has the outpost. Yeah.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, they were talking that about the fact that archers can destroy buildings. Only units, so that's like a balancing factor, let's say. Finally healed, so I immediately healed my level 2 cavalry here. And finally setting up the second barracks here in the front on this side as well. This is already covered by the archers, more in the back. Defense from this side should be pretty much secured. And here he tried to push me again, but I already have a strong defense here. I built my base with new peasants and everything, so we are pretty much fine. We are not producing any more peasants, so I think we are already on the worker cap. While we are trying to clear the trees here, at the same time we are using the same space to build more farms really safely in the back, so I really like this position. I say that pretty often. You can really nicely place your farms there. Some extra skeletons. Fortunately the archers still have the range there. Not the most effective one, but they can still somehow keep me safe. We are struggling a lot with the knight. Yeah, absolutely lost this income. Also this one is he's not able to set up that, and he's also starving a lot because his farms got cleared. You can maybe check the resources a little bit. I have 1400 food, let's say, basically no resources. This guy is dead. Here we have lots of gold. That's the teal player. He should definitely use his gold. A little bit of wood extra. Population around 700, so I have basically double, and this ally is on like 500, and also lots of resources. They definitely weren't spending their resources too effectively, but as I said, it was one of their first games, so can't really expect much from that, obviously. We need to practice a bit first. Now he's asking for help from his ally, who was trying to go on the other side. At the same time, I'm getting pushed at home by the purple player, but we managed to push him back thanks to the archers I left there. And at the same time here we are just pushing with knights with 2 potions, some levels even, effective healing. We have some cannons in the back. I also had some archers here, but actually this tower with 4 archers with good levels and potions was like extremely hard to kill. And you can't do anything with that with knights, since it's undestroyable tower and you can't attack units on towers with knights. Now the second player came, so I retreated a little bit, but we are not going away. I'm just regrouping my army, here using the cannons. But yeah, he had the potions, so it was still extremely hard to finish him. Knights against warriors and archers is like the best thing we can have, so yeah, just quickly going into him, getting the kills there. I could use even more knights to just ride through the archers to stop them from shooting, but I guess I just wanted to take the warriors out as soon as possible. Constantly producing more units, spending the new resources we are getting. safe is still safe. If he attacked me, the purple player and also the white player, I still didn't know at this moment that the white player is basically already dead. Because he didn't surrender, there were no messages or anything indicating that, so I was still expecting a full team to be on the other side, so if they pushed me here hard, they could destroy my whole economy. But fortunately that didn't really happen. I still had the fastest army I could have had, so I would just try to retreat somehow, deal with that. Yeah, the white player is complaining that he can't make a new base in any way. I guess if he doesn't have resources, he can't do anything. You can't send resources in this game. Allies. I have only 9 here anymore at this point, so I have to destroy all the buildings. The castle is extremely tanky, 3000 HP, that's like 2 barracks. At least we took down these barracks, now we'll kill the archers. Just damn, yeah, decent levels, some potions, but overall if I use healing, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. We are making more and more cannons. I don't know how strong of a defense awaits me, so I wanted to be prepared. We're also remaking some knights. We still have lots of gold, so we can also maybe buy some potions. I don't have that much wood. But we still have lots of archers at home. If we need to, we can take them, and we are definitely prepared for the night. In terms of food, we are on 1600. The purple player 1300, so we have definitely the strongest enemy now. 700 for the orange player. Yeah, here already 0. And then there is 30 for the white player with 3 workers there. In terms of resources, 3000. This is the resources of the orange player. And 500 gold, 3000 wood. Purple player, 3000 wood as well, and 2000 gold. I have lots of gold, as I said, so potentially some potions, but I will need to retreat here for that, so if I want to do that, but maybe yes. We don't necessarily have to push here. I already destroyed one guy from this team, so I wanted to make it even and destroy one guy from the second team as well. So I don't just spend all of my forces on one team and then the other team just destroys me. Because as I said, I didn't know that it's already half dead. And they are still talking about the impossibility of actually remaking a base if you don't have a income and don't have the resources for it. I think they could probably just include trading between teammates. It's in most RTS games, and I don't think it will be breaking anything, so I'm expecting them to add that later. Yeah, this is still demo, lots of things that are not added yet, and this is something I'm definitely expecting to be added, especially for these moments, yeah, where you are still somehow alive, yeah, you escaped with some workers, so you would like to maybe remake a base somewhere if there is some free space. I think there was in the middle before. So he could take that, he just needs some resources from his ally. I think that definitely is a valid option if they include that. Here we are just going for a really strong pull, we are using our cannons, yeah, the siege mode, while shooting the archers as soon as possible. So using our own archers, cavalry. This is the strongest army composition you can probably make. I do it basically every game when I get into the late game. You have knights in the front line, once you level them up, they have potions and you use heals, it's like extremely tanky. Probably even tankier than if you had swordsmen with shields there. You can also add that if you have lots of gold from neutral enemies and you have the food for that, and you are not able to gather enough wood because you need to spend it on cannons and other things, then you can just spend that extra gold on swordsmen. But first I would still buy potions. Yeah, this is after you have potions and everything, you have huge income, then you can start making swordsmen as well and use the shield for some extra tankiness. But outside of that, just cavalry in this state is usually enough for tankiness. Then you have archers who do some extra damage. To be honest, the knights themselves are usually enough, but they can't destroy units, cannons and these kinds of stuff on towers, so that you have archers, also maybe for some one-shotting of enemy knights or munchers. Target that well. And then we have cannons. Those are obviously mandatory if you are standing against some really strong defense. You need to siege down some towers. For this I wouldn't need it, but if we had a full citadel of cannons and archers, I would definitely need the cannons that I have, so that's why I also usually make them. This map is pretty open, so here you don't necessarily need it usually. but sometimes on the free player map, basically on all the other maps, there are usually pretty narrow canyons. For the 8-player map, 3-player map, and 2-player map. So on all of these, I would always go for the cannons. It is not necessary, but I still made few of them since I had enough resources. But overall, yeah, just the combination of every single unit you can make is usually the best. It's not necessary to make swordsmen if you have enough knights. Yeah, so we just rode through them, and I guess I just surrendered, so replay finished. Ending with lots of food here, also a lot in minus, everything was starving now. I wasn't really getting harassed by any skeletons, but we were just not really making any more farms now, and I was still spamming more units, so yeah, a little bit in minus with food. The cannons would be really low HP pretty soon, but it was enough to finish them, so we didn't have to worry about it. Still decent amount of gold left, some wood, not the most. So I finish replay, let's check the results. Here we can see the player that we took out immediately, at the same time the white player also died really quickly. And I don't think actually the heal player helped too much to push there. It was mainly the orange player, but I think there were some units, yeah. Maybe if it was just a 1v1 then the white player would have a chance, but the main problem was of course that his ally didn't go help him. He tried to send some swordsmen there, but it was really late. He also had archers that he didn't send there, so overall just not the best team play coordination. In terms of resources, we had like double of the other players and wood, even though the purple pair was actually pretty close as well. We had like 100 more units than these guys. Yeah, even though this guy was playing alone, he still had the best score, let's say. He didn't kill too many units, but he wasn't even really fighting. He just kind of waited there for death. Yeah, so 229 kills, 81 losses, decent kill ratio. Definitely the strongest infrastructure and neutral kills. Not the most, I mean it's the most from this game, but I would expect still a little bit more. But we were really playing close. Yeah, I wasn't really running around the map, clearing some extra skeletons. I just had my base pretty clearly set up with clear defenses, nothing too crazy. So actually the purple player was probably farming there a little bit more, but eventually we still had a little bit more kills on this, so even more resources for us. But definitely we had the most resources from here. I mean, gold mine was probably more, but this is a huge difference, so that helped me a lot as well. So a nice 24 minutes game, 29 seconds. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care guys.